Rise and shine. Good morning. It is Monday, April 22nd, and we are super happy to start our morning off with you. We're getting to talk about something super exciting, the growing community of Rainbow City. The rainbow is a symbol of beauty, hope, promise, growth, and prosperity. And that's what you'll see when you go into Rainbow City and also visit their website with industrial parks, community activity centers, parks, athletic facilities, the community building located right inside of Rainbow City Park there. It's just an amazing growing community. And here to shed light on that is the mayor of Rainbow City, Alabama, Mayor Joe Taylor is here with me this morning. Good morning, Mayor.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, it's a good day.
Yeah, thanks for starting your Monday morning off with me, getting to talk about all the exciting things there at Rainbow City. I'm sure everyone is probably aware of Rainbow City, but maybe not so aware of the growth that has occurred in Rainbow City consistently. So first, introduce yourself. Let us know, how long have you been the mayor of Rainbow City? I know these answers, but we want to make sure our viewers do too.
Well, I'm Joe Taylor. Like you said, I'm the mayor of Rainbow City. I've been the mayor of Rainbow City since 2020. I was elected during COVID, and I'm the 5th mayor of Rainbow City. I'm 62-year-old, retired firefighter, soldier, and general contractor. And I just found a way to continue my service, my civil service, by running for office, and it's been a fun time.
Is this something you ever thought you would be doing?
I kind of saw myself in some sort of community action, but I didn't necessarily think that it would be leading a city as the mayor. But it suits me. It suits my personality. I believe that everything's going to always be okay. So that's a good optimistic person that you can put at the helm.
I think it takes that. It takes optimism to grow a city.
It does. I think because what we tend to do is, because of social media and all of those things, you hear a lot of negative about cities, about government, and some of that's well placed. But I think in the case of Rainbow City, we're trying to, as a council, and I have an incredible council that works with me, we're trying to look at the city from the eyes of the citizenry. And in doing that, it makes it very, very easy to serve. Because we're just one of the population as well, and if I know that having a new recreation center or having better infrastructure inside the city, if I know that I need that, then I have to almost believe that everyone else needs it as well. Mm-hmm.
And they do. There's been so much growth. So Rainbow City was incorporated in 1950.
That's right.
And since that, it has experienced tremendous growth in that area.
It has, and we're continuing. Now we're almost at warp speed in growth. Up until now, we were a sleepy little bedroom community that was started out by a group of men and women back in 1950, and they got together and decided that a little crossroads community needed its own township, and they created that. Mr. Smith was the first mayor and was just surrounded by a lot of businessmen and women that saw the potential of that little crossroads. And since that time, it's continued to grow into a really nice bedroom community. And now we're at the point where we're beginning to spread the city out. The city's it's about 25.1 square miles. We know that we're about to cross the interstate with a memorandum of understanding with the Etowah County Commission and taking in the Northeast Alabama Regional or near megasite. And that's a regional game-changing opportunity, not only for Rainbow City, but for our whole 5-county region, to include Calhoun County.
Absolutely. It's going to bring forth a lot of jobs and opportunities and just the growth. And with Rainbow City's population exceeding 10,000 and its growth rate surpassing the county's average, what strategies are you and the city implementing to accommodate this growth while also maintaining that community character?
I think that's the tough point. That's the pivotal or balance point of taking care of of the people that live there, and allowing it to kind of continue to have that Mayberry feel, but also understanding that we have to move forward in good, positive growth for the future. The way that we did that is we immediately engaged with 3 separate firms to build a comprehensive plan for the city. So we have a master plan for our city that's about a 25 to, there's some parts of it that could be 50 years as far as when that would all come to fruition, but it has some 2-year goals, some 5-year goals, has catalyst projects built in, all of the demographics that you could ever want on the city and the direction that we're going in. When we put that together, you know, it takes time. So it took over a year to build a master plan for the city, but in doing so, what we found out is that we have an incredible toolbox of strength, but we have some weaknesses, and some of those weaknesses fall in transportation. So we immediately engaged with the director of ALDOT, Mr. John Cooper, and Director Cooper has been instrumental in making sure that we see some of our funding return back to Rainbow City, and not just into our region or into our metropolitan planning, but also into the city itself. Mm-hmm. So we currently have 3 transportation projects that are going on, the extension of 411 and widening of 411 down to where our educational corridor is at John Jones and Rainbow Middle School. And then also we have called a jug handle traffic control app, kind of a route that we can take some of the pressure off of our main intersection. Our intersection's at about 30,000 people per day. Yes. That's a lot of people coming through our town, which kind of lets you know that, you know, we're at almost 11,000 now. We're at 10,500, and at 10,500 population, we should not have some of the things that we have, but we have that because we have so much transportation moving in and out of our city and passing from Southside and over into Attala and down in St. Clair County. We're that crossroads that handles people's needs when it comes to grocery shopping. Mm-hmm. We have a Publix. You know, yes. Most cities our size would never have a Publix. They would not have a Winn-Dixie. We just have opportunities that pop up in our area that have become organic growth, and they've caused that peripheral growth of our city just because you can come there and our quality of life is so good.
It is, and speaking of quality of life, you have riverfront, so you have the opportunity, you have this beautiful Rainbow City Landing. Is it called Rainbow Landing?
Rainbow Landing.
And so I think we have some photos of that where you can launch your boat there. Right. You can have picnics there. You can go and just enjoy family time. There it is there. So that's a beautiful, yes, pavilion. And again, there's a boat launch that's there, right. So you can go and enjoy the beautiful Coosa River. So
yeah, and we see that as a potential growth plate for our city, because at Rainbow Landing we own that section of property that we see eventually when in the future, we know that Southside Bridge, the northbound 77 bridge, will be completed in the next few years, and in doing that, we're going to create a need for us having a central location for people to enjoy the river. Mm-hmm. We have 30 miles of shoreline in Rainbow City, and that in and of itself creates a little bit of a jewel when it comes to quality of life. You know, people love to live and recreate around the water, and we have honestly all the water that you can stand in the Coosa River, and it's a managed lake by Alabama Power, and our power utility maintains a level that's it's just unbelievable. I know your dad lives on the river, and there's nothing like having that lake life.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. How do you work to balance that commercial development with preserving the green space for people to have that quality there? I
think that's one of the things that our council has decided early on, was that we weren't going to take on growth just for growth's sake. Mm-hmm. If it wasn't something that was going to become an integral part of our lives, we were willing to say no to it. And in doing so, we've had to change some ordinance that keep certain things off of our road frontage so that our city can maintain its aesthetic appeal. Mm-hmm. And so we're doing things differently. Sometimes it can cause some growth pains when it comes to people's acceptance of what we're doing. You know, our sign ordinances they're pretty stringent. So we don't want signs popping up everywhere. We don't want people to be aggravated by the look of our city. So it just takes a lot of planning, and most of that is done through our comprehensive plan. It addresses our ordinances, it addresses our laws, and just the direction that our city goes in. Being a safe city, it's a big part of what we do. For the last 4 years, I'd like to say since I'm the mayor, but for the last 4 years, we've been voted in the top 5 safest cities in the state of Alabama. Yeah. That's because of community policing. Our police chief is a very community-oriented police chief, and all of our officers are the same way. They know to go out and meet people. If we know who lives in our city, we will know who doesn't belong. And in that case, we're able to police in a different manner. I think that over time, we're finding out that becoming a safe city now has become an economic development driver for our city. People want to live in Rainbow City, they want to do work in Rainbow City, and they want to run their business out of our town.
Yeah. There are a lot of people talking about Rainbow City, and one of those things is because of that ease of living and the safety, feeling like, okay, I know that I'm secure.
That's right.
Because there is a lot of security and safety.
There is. We came in, and the first thing that we had to start doing was the things that mayors don't want to do. We don't want to have to come in and immediately start dealing with fleet management. It's not sexy. It's not something that you want to do every day. You want to build parks, and you want to make everything look cool, and pave streets, and do those things that make everybody happy. And so what we had to do is go in and develop absolute strict planning. And I come from a world of being in the military, being a firefighter, and also being a general contractor. Everything we did was based on a plan. And so we just kind of instilled that into our people. We wanted our city hall and our employees to be happy. We wanted them to have a family environment to live in and work in. And I think we've accomplished most of those things. It's a happy place to work.
It is. It's a happy place to visit. Well, we've got so much more to talk about. We're going to go and hear a little word from our sponsors and also check in with your local area weather with Lacey Clont. So stay tuned. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24. We'll be right back.
Good morning, everyone. Today and tomorrow we can expect mostly sunny skies, no chance of rain. Today temperatures will see a high of 67 degrees and tomorrow a high of 74 degrees. Then on Wednesday we'll have partly cloudy skies with a high of 76 and again no chance of rain. It's going to be beautiful. I'm Lacey Clont with your TV 24 weather.
You need strength, resilience, and hope to face life challenges. And I found all 3 at Gaston State Community College. I'm Jada Pickens, an office administration student at Gaston State's Ayers campus in Anniston. Along with attending classes, I work full-time. Life is very demanding. There's a real sense of support at Gaston State. The faculty and staff care about us as individuals and want us to thrive in the classroom and in life. Thank you, Gaston State, for giving me the wings to fly to new, unexpected heights.
At Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
Hey everybody, this is Roper & Son Septic Service. I'm Ashley Roper, this is my dad Dwight Roper, and this is Mr. Phil Wiggins. And we're licensed and insured for pumping and for installing. If you can't use, you can. Let Ashley Roper be your septic tank man. Y'all have a blessed day.
I'm Lacey Klontz with your TV 24 News Update. Hundreds of fish are rotting in the lake at Choccolocca Park. According to the Alabama Wildlife and Freshwater Fisheries Office, the City of Oxford does not face penalties for this. This is because since the City of Oxford owns Choccolocca Park's lake, it is private and does not fall under the state's jurisdiction. The state said the city plans to install an aerator in the lake to improve its oxygen level. The city's Parks and Recreation director could not be reached to explain why this happened. And in sports, per the Calhoun Journal, Donahoe's girls finish as runner-up at Class 485A Section 6 tennis tournament qualify for state. Donahoe's girls soccer clinches area title. Donahoe's tennis program continues to excel well above its enrollment level. 4 Falcons win their courts, and Donahoe's girls finish second in the Class 485A Section 6 tournament Thursday at Boaz. The top 2 teams qualify for the state tournament. Donahoe, a Class 1A school by enrollment, finished as Class 485A runner-up in 2023. The Falcons moved up by way of the Alabama High School Athletic Association's competitive balance rule for private schools. The Falcons sectional champions were Blair Kitchen in number 2 singles, Avery Barnett in number 3 singles, Natalie Rogers in number 4 singles, and Elizabeth Downey in number 5 singles. In the boys Section 6 tournament, Donahoe's Rishi Reddy won the number 2 singles court. In soccer, Donahoe girls 2, Hopes Bluff 0. Erin Turley and Anna Kate Wallace scored a goal apiece, and Donahoe won the Class 1A to 3A Area 6 title. For WEAC TV 24 News, I'm Lacey Klontz.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24. We just want to take a minute to remind you to like and follow our Facebook page and also our YouTube. And we have an app. Yes, there's an app for that. So if you download WEAC TV 24, you can get 24-hour live streaming here. We've got all kinds of great programming. Of course, our in-house program and also Classics TV. So just wanted to remind you of that. So again, it is Monday, April the 22nd, 7:47 in the morning, and we are visiting with Mayor Joe Taylor with Rainbow City. So Mayor, when we were going to the break, we were talking about safety and how your citizens feel so safe, and that is a really big testimony to your fire department and your police department. Elaborate on the great staff that you have there.
Well, I've got an incredible staff. There's no doubt about that. And our police and fire departments they're incredibly progressive. Our fire department, I have to brag on them. As a former firefighter, I came from a neighboring city after completing my career and came to Rainbow City expecting them to be a podunk fire department, honestly. And when I get down there, I find out and I start looking at the statistical data of our fire department to find out that we are the most qualified fire department in the state of Alabama by the Personnel Standards Commission in Tuscaloosa. And you know, each one of our firefighters averaged 19.5 certifications by the state standard, and that's so much more than you can imagine. It takes so much time for us to train our guys, and our guys are we have 26-man fire department. 22 of those are paramedics, so we're an ALS service that provides advanced life support throughout our city and into our neighboring cities, because we have to work on, we have some smaller towns that don't have full-time firefighters, and in that case, to bring professional care, we have to go into other areas, as you know, to make sure that we're using mutual aid agreements and automatic aid agreements to protect the citizens that not only live in Rainbow City but in the surrounding areas.
Oh, okay. So you also assist.
It's just something nowadays that, you know, it used to be frowned upon because everybody was very territorial, but we have a lot of progressive fire chiefs in Etowah County, and because of that, they're willing to kind of put down their club just a little bit and say that we're okay with having some help. It's a hard thing for firefighters. It tends to be a very forceful occupation. It's a very quiet professionalism that you have, in that you just go out and do your work and then you go back to your fire hall. What we've had to do now is begin to promote our fire department so that people understand just the level of service that we can provide, and they do that very well. Our police department, you know, we were speaking of them before. It's just a different approach. You know, when our police officers come on board, they're on board and knowing that they're asked every day to walk into some businesses, meet people on the street, stop and talk to kids, and have those people know them as a fresh face, and as a friendly face, as someone that's out there to seriously protect and to serve them. And I think the servitude that I brought to the city, or I along with our council brought to the city, was that, you know, we're going to help people right where they are. We're going to serve them and take care of them as best we can. And sometimes that takes quite a bit of effort on our part, and it takes some effort on the citizens' part. You know, we found out through social media that when we came into office, there's always constant complaining, you know, and you have to be able to kind of turn your back to that. But what we're finding out now is that our citizens will take up for our leadership, and they'll say they're doing the best that they can, you know, with what we're given to work, you know, work with. We're a $14 million budget. That's up from about $9 million when we started, and so, which just goes to the growth of the city.
Sure.
We know that this city is growing, and it's growing at a very, very quick pace, and we're just trying to make sure that we're out ahead of that pace. If we can lead from the front and never get to the place where we're leading from the middle of the back, we're going to be in good shape. We just have to keep that up.
Just keep up that momentum that
right.
you're building. And I think that's so great, the community aspect with your police officers, because so many times community can be a little intimidated by law enforcement, but we also really much need law enforcement. So it is really great to have that relationship there. Yeah. And I've heard rumors even that a police officer has been known to go fill up a gas tank of a citizen here or there.
That's right. At Christmas time, you know, we take an opportunity to kind of give back. And we send I send all of my staff out, and they go out and they give some people just a little something for Christmas to let them know that they're being thought of, and that they're being cared for. And it's always good for our police department. They'll stop and give someone a $50 bill, or go and pay for their gas that's being pumped, or stop and buy their meal. And that becomes so reciprocal, because our police officers in town, it's rare that they go into an area that they're not welcome. Right. And that's what we're looking for. You know, I've always heard throughout my career that 50% of the people did not like the police department because there's two sides. Mm-hmm. And in the case of firefighters, they love firefighters every time they show up. You'll never see them flagging the firefighters away. They're always telling us to come and mitigate the problem. And so, you know, we kind of went to a two-step process, and that was here were the two rules that was on my fire truck when I was at the city of Gadsden. And those rules were that we're there to bring calm to chaos. So no matter what happens, we can't freak out because everyone else is. Mm-hmm. And then the second part, which is the part that matters the most, is our job is to protect people's dignity, no matter what they're into or what's gone on. It's our job to try to make the day a little bit better. We know that our firefighters, and we try to protect their mental health, and we know that they see things and they're a part of. And so as well as with our police, we know that they're a part of things that they shouldn't see, that we all shouldn't see, but they do. And so in that, we make sure that we're looking out for their mental health and their well-being. And I think a lot of what we're doing in community policing starts in our schools. And sure. The city of Rainbow City has always been a partner with the Etowah County Board of Education, and we put an SRO in each of our schools. And we have an SRO officer in every school, and to include our private school. Our private school, Westbrook Christian School, has over 500, 600, 700 kids there per day. And you know, and that's an asset and a gathering that we need to protect. We would do that on Friday night at a ball game. We need to be doing it during the day at our schools. So anytime we have a large gathering, you're going to see a police officer pull up. It may just be your family reunion at the park, and you'll see a police officer pull up to the park and park in the parking lot. Now, you can offer him a hot dog, or you can let him sit in his car, but either way, you're going to feel protected when you come into our city.
Offer him the hot dog. Give him
Offer-
a piece
yeah,
of
couldn't
cake.
hurt.
Yeah,
Couldn't
so
hurt.
we appreciate all the things that our
We
first
like to say
responders
offer him a
do.
donut.
Yeah, offer him a donut.
Yeah, they don't like that part.
Well, hey, I like donuts.
That's right.
Well, I mean, it's such an important job. I mean, even with the fire department, even things that you don't think about, of course, like there's the safety, but also having that high level of safety can cut down on your homeowner's insurance. That's
right.
something that I've recently learned. That's just, yeah, so if your fire department has like a low level of
ISO rating,
yes.
that's right. Yeah, and I think that's the part of this that people kind of can't see behind the curtain of their government, and we're willing to just tell you the whole deal. You know, I would rather expose and kind of open the kimono and allow you to be able to see into City Hall, see behind our processes, so that you can understand better how we can serve you. You know, you may tell us something. Luckily enough, you know, I came from a firefighting career, knowing what the ISO standard means, ISO ratings, and I had someone the other day kind of question me on ISO standards, and they said, well, they don't use ISO ratings anymore. I said, no, but they'll use the distance from a fire hydrant. It's the same as an ISO rating. It's just a different way for them to church it up and for the insurance companies to tell us a different way to be rated. Mm-hmm. And so we keep up with all of that. We make sure that we have ISO graders inside of our fire department so that they can keep up with the latest trends, the latest understanding of the rules and guidelines of our insurance group. You know, we want those people to make money. We want them to do well, but at the same time, we want our citizens to pay the least amount of money possible for an adequate product, and that's one of the things that we have to kind of take care of our consumers as well.
Yep, and that's one of the things we see a lot of people wanting to reside in Rainbow City, and so when we get back from another commercial break, we're going to broach on that. So stay tuned. We're learning all things Rainbow City right here on Rise and Shine, WEAC TV 24. It is almost 8 a.m. and we will be right back.
Good morning, everyone. Today and tomorrow we can expect mostly sunny skies, no chance of rain. Today temperatures will see a high of 67 degrees and tomorrow a high of 74 degrees. Then on Wednesday we'll have partly cloudy skies with a high of 76 and again, no chance of rain. It's going to be beautiful. I'm Lacey Clance with your TV 24 weather.
Hi, Jake, Regional Vice President of LSI Staffing. LSI Staffing is a privately owned and family-operated business that was established in 1986. We specialize in commercial, light industrial staffing, warehouse, manufacturing, production, and assembly. If you're a company in the area looking for a new staffing partner, we'd love to talk to you. If you're an employee looking for a great job that offers benefits day one and competitive pay, come see us. Once again, you can find us at www.lsistaffing.com.
Gardens on Air is a unique farm right here in East Central Alabama, family owned and operated since 2010. It is the state's largest indoor hydroponic farm. Gardens on Air's goal is to feed, educate, and be immersed in the community they are located in. They want to teach people what it truly means to eat local and support local. Gardens on Air, located in Hopes Bluff, Alabama.
What's going on, everybody? Scoot from Hooligan Harley, your one-stop shop for all your motorcycle needs, ranging anywhere from our new and pre-owned motorcycle inventory, all the parts and accessories you could ever ask for in our parts department, all the gear you could ever need while riding in our motor clothes department, and of course our award-winning service department. Don't forget to check out our events tab on our website to keep up with everything we got going on. And remember, guys, if nobody has it, Hooligan has it. I'll see you soon.
Barrett Body Shop has been providing honest and quality collision repair services to the residents of Calhoun County since the year 2000. We take great pride in the quality of the work we produce and go the extra mile to ensure quality and safety of the repair work on your vehicle. With over 40 years of experience, Philip Barrett and our staff will restore your vehicle to its pre-accident condition while working with your insurance provider and helping you every step of the way. Barrett Body Shop is a strong supporter of many churches, schools, and youth activities. We consider it an honor to give back to our community and maintain a relationship with our customers. Come and let us provide you with a free estimate today.
I'm Lacey Klontz with your TV 24 News update. Hundreds of fish are rotting in the lake at Choccolocca Park. According to the Alabama Wildlife and Freshwater Fisheries Office, the City of Oxford does not face penalties for this. This is because since the City of Oxford owns Choccolocca Park's lake, it is private and does not fall under the state's jurisdiction. The state said the city plans to install an aerator in the lake to improve its oxygen level. The city's Parks and Recreation Director could not be reached to explain why this happened. And in sports, per the Calhoun Journal, Donahoe's girls finish as runner-up at Class 485A Section 6 tennis tournament qualify for state. Donahoe's girls soccer clinches area title. Donahoe's tennis program continues to excel well above its enrollment level. 4 Falcons win their courts, and Donahoe's girls finish second in the Class 485A Section 6 tournament Thursday at Boaz. The top 2 teams qualify for the state tournament. Donahoe, a Class 1A school by enrollment, finished as Class 485A runner-up in 2023. The Falcons moved up by way of the Alabama High School Athletic Association's competitive balance rule for private schools. The Falcons sectional champions were Blair Kitchen in number 2 singles, Avery Barnett in number 3 singles, Natalie Rogers in number 4 singles, and Elizabeth Downey in number 5 singles. In the boys Section 6 tournament, Donahoe's Rishi Reddy won the number 2 singles court. In soccer, Donahoe girls 2, Hopes Bluff 0. Aaron Turley and Anna Kate Wallace scored a goal apiece, and Donahoe won the Class 1A to 3A Area 6 title. For WEAC TV 24 News, I'm Lacey Klontz.
Rise and shine. It is 8:02 on your Monday morning, April the 22nd, and we are back with Mayor Joe Taylor of Rainbow City. I'm sure you've all driven through Rainbow City, and if you haven't, make sure to do that. And also, I'm sure it has been a city that has been on the top of a lot of people's talking points because it is an extremely growing community, exciting. There's lots of cool things going on. And then there is that small town feel with lots of opportunities surrounding it. And one of the things that when we were going to break, we were talking about how many people are wanting to move into Rainbow City. Of course, because it's a great community and safety. The schools are wonderful. Fire, police, you just have so many great things going on. But with nearly 70% of the homes in Rainbow City being occupied by owners, what measures are being taken to promote affordable housing and just housing in general? Well,
we're one of the few cities that have that problem. You know, most of the cities surrounding us, you know, are dealing with high rental. You know, in other words, that's a sign of a degradation in your city and in your infrastructure, is that you have more rentals than you have people that are in ownership. So we encourage ownership for sure, but we also, you know, we don't want to forget that there's a need for underserved. Sure. You know, especially in housing. And so right now we have 120 units that are in planning or in a stage of being built. We have a fair amount of multifamily dwellings, you know, apartments. And so we know that we're trying to meet all of those needs at the same time, which can be a little bit of a headache. But we're behind and we need housing. We need single family housing. So if you're a contractor and you're looking for doing a subdivision, we've relaxed some of our subdivision rules. We know that we try not to be stringent when it comes to knowing more about the industry than we do. A lot of cities will be very punitive in subdivides and those type of things. And we know that the size of the house, the cost of the square footage, that all drives the purchase price, and it should drive the amenities of the neighborhood. And in that case, as long as you're bringing something that falls inside of our guidelines, we allow you to have that freedom to be able to build and build to suit. You know, we see those signs on the side of the road when it comes to commercial property. We want that same thing when it comes to residential property. I was a commercial developer. There's another little thing that I did, and and what I found out was that the market is driven based on what you put out on the market. There's not a cookie cutter way of solving all the problems. So the way that we do it is we allow experts to come in and tell us the best direction for our city to go. And as long as that falls within the guidelines of our comprehensive understanding of our city, we're going to be okay, and we'll work those things out.
I appreciate that about you, Mayor, is that you are able to listen. And that's a big skill.
I think it's the most important thing. You can't I've always been told, are you listening, or are you just waiting to talk? And I try now. I love to talk, and I especially love to talk about my city. But there are times when I just have to be quiet and allow people that are quite honestly smarter than me to tell me what they know. We have so many people that are true subject matter experts inside our city. Our city clerk and our street department people, our people in planning and building. Those people know more about running a city or their portion of that city than I do. So if I fail to listen to the people that are running those departments, I fail, and I fail in a major way, and I don't want to do that.
Nope, that's one thing that you're not going to do.
No, I'm not good at that.
And you surround yourself with people who are educated and knowledgeable and passionate like you are about the growth of Rainbow City.
Yeah, and I think that's another portion of our comprehensive plan, which is on our website at rbcalabama.com. If you go to that comprehensive plan and you start reading through just the level of education that we have, and all of that is derived mainly from John Jones being a blue ribbon school, from Rainbow Middle School being one of the highest scoring middle schools in the state. All of those things, and then Westbrook Christian School being a K through 12 that offers that different set of skills to kids and their students. All of those things together create for a learning experience, and it creates for an education level inside our city. I'm not saying that education is the only thing that you can have, that's the only thing that makes you successful, but it's a big part of making some people very, very successful.
Sure.
And that's what we want to do. Personally, I'm not a very educated person. I guess the school of hard knocks has done me okay.
That's
but
education.
It's been some hard knocks.
It is.
But I think that's what we're doing now, is we're trying to look at all those little pieces and make a composite city out of that. And when we do kind of pattern ourselves a little bit out of after Oxford. Oxford's done a lot of things very, very well. And one thing that they do is they straddle an interstate, and that's the opportunity that we have soon with the near mega site, is that we'll be on both sides of Interstate 59, and that's a game changer for our whole region.
Let's talk a little about that mega site, if you don't mind. Do you want
that is a very exciting thing to talk about. I could talk for days about the near mega site. It's 1,100 acres owned by the Etowah County Commission. It's in a memorandum of understanding with the city of Rainbow City for it to be annexed in to provide premium city services when a tenant comes around. And so what we did is we got together about 2 years ago now, myself and Etowah County Commissioner Craig Enzer. We sat in a room with a couple of attorneys and said, hey, is there any way that you guys would want this mega site? I said, absolutely, we would like to have it, but we don't want it because it's a land grab. It becomes an economic development opportunity for our 5-county area. There's no doubt that, it's the same as what happened with Mercedes and Honda and all these other places that have mega sites. Down in Baldwin County, Novellis is coming into Baldwin County. Those are game-changing opportunities that you would never see in a lifetime. We have one right in the middle of Etowah County, right to the edge of Rainbow City, and that's something that we're going to do.
I think we have a graphic of that so people can see just how vast that is.
Yeah, it's 1,100 acres. It's sitting on Interstate 59. It's just an incredible, it's got a 110 acre finished pad that's ready for a building right now. It has all of its infrastructure. Norfolk Southern became a partner in the Build Alabama program. It's a tax credit opportunity that they had. They've sunk about $11 million into this site. Alabama Power has brought a substation, a brand new substation to this site. It's another $3-4 million worth of investment.
Wow.
We know that Spire Gas has high pressure gas lines that was relocated to the edge of our site to serve the tenant. Comcast is bringing high-speed internet and actually gig speed that's dual role. I don't really understand all of that technology. And then our Rainbow City Water Utility and Water and Sewer will be bringing water and sewer capability. And I think it shows cooperation. Everybody loves to talk about being cooperative and having these cohesive plans. But us, along with the Etowah County Commission, we dedicated our ARPA money, and that was money that came from the government that we normally would have never received. And we're putting about $1.1 million into a water project, and the county commission's putting about $20 million into a water and sewer project that goes to our water utility, and then that allows for this site to be totally wrapped up and finished. That process is ongoing right now. We've already got most of the right of way has been acquired, and we start putting pipes in the ground in the next few weeks or months, and we know that we can beat any tenant that comes in to build out on that site. We know that we can beat them to the back door, and that's saying before they could come up and need water and sewer or power or rail or any of those things, before they would need it in their end product, pushing product out of their back door, we know that we can beat them in that process. And so again, staying ahead of our competition, and in this case, our competition is us.
Yeah. Wow. And we don't have an announcement yet on who that's going to be.
We don't, but there sure are a lot of people that talk.
I could imagine, especially knowing that y'all have things so together and ready for them. So
yeah, and you know, we deal with the city of Attala and the city of Gadsden and Southside and down into St. Clair County. You know, we can't leave out the fact that site sits right on the edge of the St. Clair County line, and so you know, we're always having to deal and talk to and communicate with our cohorts down in St. Clair County. We know that this is going to touch Blount County. This is going to help Marshall County, Cherokee, and Calhoun.
Yeah.
You know, we're all of our surrounding counties will be affected by this mega site, and so it's a lot to talk about, a lot to think about.
Yeah, we'll have to have you back and continue conversations on that. And I think it was a graphic of the mega sports complex is what we have. So we'll have to touch on that.
Yeah, we have about 200 acres of recreational area right in the center of our city. We're an outdoor city. Our city doubles in size almost every weekend.
There's that one.
We
go
from 10,000 to about, that's right, that's it. You can see it's situated just south of Highway 77, down Lindsay and Kinsey Road. One end of the road is Lindsay Road, the other end is Kinsey Road. And right there, almost in that little puzzle hook, down at the very bottom right-hand corner, just behind Rainbow Middle School, is going to be a Challenger Learning Center, a STEM Learning Center. Already you can see the far left-hand corner of that is a 6 soccer fields that are approved, U.S. soccer approved fields, and it's just a beautiful area and allows for our kids and a lot of travel opportunity to come into our city, and that grows our city. It's amazing how many people that are interested in moving here just because of our recreational opportunities. We know that probably 1/2 of the people that move inside our city are not moving from a local city. They're moving from outside the state into Rainbow City because of the water, because of the outdoor recreation opportunity, and just because of safety. Yep. And those 3 things will always make you a winning city.
Absolutely. Gosh, we have so much more to talk about. We have to go to another quick break, but stay tuned. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on TV 24 with Mayor Joe Taylor as our guest this morning. We will be right back.
Good morning, everyone. Today and tomorrow we can expect mostly sunny skies, no chance of rain. Today temperatures will see a high of 67 degrees and tomorrow a high of 74 degrees. Then on Wednesday we'll have partly cloudy skies with a high of 76 and again, no chance of rain. It's going to be beautiful. I'm Lacey Clance with your TV 24 weather.
You need strength, resilience, and hope to face life challenges. And I found all three at Gaston State Community College. I'm Jada Pickens, an office administration student at Gaston State's Ayers campus in Anniston. Along with attending classes, I work full-time. Life is very demanding. There's a real sense of support at Gaston State. The faculty and staff care about us as individuals and want us to thrive in the classroom and in life. Thank you, Gaston State, for giving me the wings to fly to new, unexpected heights.
Looking for the best deals in town? Tune in to Shop 24, your ultimate destination for exclusive discounts and savings.
From local restaurants to grocery stores and everything in between, we've got unbeatable deals waiting just for you.
But remember, these deals are hot and limited, so grab your phone fast and be the first to dial in.
Don't miss out on the savings.
Tune in to Shop 24 and shop smart today. Jazz hands!
Alabama Wildlife and Freshwater Fisheries Office, the City of Oxford does not face penalties for this. This is because since the City of Oxford owns Choccolocco Parks Lake, it is private and does not fall under the state's jurisdiction. The state said the city plans to install an aerator in the lake to improve its oxygen level. The city's Parks and Recreation Director could not be reached to explain why this happened. And in sports, per the Calhoun Journal, Donahoe's girls finish as runner-up at Class 4A-5A Section 6 tennis tournament qualify for state. Donahoe's girls soccer clinches area title. Donahoe's tennis program continues to excel well above its enrollment level. 4 Falcons win their courts, and Donahoe's girls finish second in the Class 4A-5A Section 6 tournament Thursday at Boaz. The top 2 teams qualify for the state tournament. Donahoe, a Class 1A school by enrollment, finished as Class 4A-5A runner-up in 2023. The Falcons moved up by way of the Alabama High School Athletic Association's competitive balance rule for private schools. The Falcons sectional champions were Blair Kitchen in number 2 singles, Avery Barnett in number 3 singles, Natalie Rogers in number 4 singles, and Elizabeth Downey in number 5 singles. In the boys Section 6 tournament, Donahoe's Rishi Reddy won the number 2 singles court. In soccer, Donahoe girls 2, Hopes Bluff 0. Erin Turley and Anna Kate Wallace scored a goal apiece, and Donahoe won the Class 1A to 3A Area 6 title. For WEAC TV 24 News, I'm Lacey Clance.
Rise and shine. It is 8:19 on your Monday, April 22nd morning, and I'm visiting with Mayor Joe Taylor. Mayor, you're going to have to promise to come back because
I'll come back.
I have so many more questions that I want to ask you.
Yeah, we can't cover it all.
We can't cover it all, so that means you're just going to have to come back. Now, if everyone does want to hear more from Mayor Joe Taylor, he does a weekly podcast.
Every other week.
Every other week. Okay, so a bi-weekly podcast.
On
and
Tuesday morning.
How can they listen to that?
On Tuesday morning on it's called Kapow Media. So you can go to Facebook at Kapow, KAPOW media.com, and they run a little podcast. And they have a little Mayor Joe Taylor show, and it's the day after our second and fourth Tuesday would be when it happens. We have our council meeting on the second and fourth Monday, and so we just kind of recap what went on at the council meeting and allow for people, just a broader audience to see what we're doing.
That's great. And of course, the city invites you to attend those meetings
Yes.
and really listens to your input. One of the things when I was doing some research on this, and I did go to the Rainbow City website, and you can pull up the comprehensive plans. You can pull up most of everything that we've been talking about. And one of the things is there was a survey. And what, as a citizen of Rainbow City, would you like to see? And one of the things that they said was a recreation center.
That's right.
And we get to talk about that. You get to see it here first, the visual, the rendering of that. So let's check it out. Tell us about this. Groundbreaking will happen in what?
Probably in the next few weeks, maybe within the next couple of months. It's a 40,000 square foot recreational center. It's a multifunction building that also has an aquatic portion to it. The 40,000 square feet, it has fitness areas. It has 2 official-sized basketball courts. It has an indoor walking track. Then, of course, outside we're going to have an aquatic feature, which is going to be an 8-lane competitive swimming pool. That's an basically Olympic-sized swimming pool that also can double. It's a hybrid type saltwater pool that will allow for you to be able to swim recreationally as well. So it's going to be down close to our middle and elementary school on Lumley Road, and we're going to put it situated on 10 acres. It'll have a walking track behind it that'll connect to an additional 5 or so miles of walking track through the center of our city. And also our plans are to put a little small amphitheater just behind it so that we can bring in local talent and allow for people to get out and just be outside. We're an outside city. I say that over and over again, but we know that recreation brings in and doubles our city every weekend, or almost every weekend. We have disc golf.
I love it.
Which
At
is
Vivian Lee
crazy.
Maddox,
Yes.
my family and I, that is a time, especially like right after, in 2020 when we wanted to get outside, we each got a set of disc golf, and we love it. We go out there all the time.
It's amazing
so
how much fun it really is.
It is. It's so much fun.
And if you go out there's some people that take it very seriously. But the best thing about the people that play disc golf is that they're a true community, and they love to grow their community. They're willing to help you, to teach you how to play. We've become the pickleball capital of this area too. We have 10 pickleball courts that are scattered all over our city. We have 4 at our city park, and then we have 4 at our current recreation center, the old rec, and then we have 2 inside the recreation center itself. We've just purchased a church on 411, used to be City Church. They moved into a different location out on West Grand Avenue, so we're thrilled that we were able to hold on to them in their growth in their congregation. But we were able to purchase their property, and that gives us another gymnasium. So at the end of the day, we're going to have 4 full-size basketball courts that we'll be able to do just incredibly large tournaments and those kind of things. But our recreation director, Philip Hollingsworth, has been a big part of allowing us to see and understand just how critical recreation is for your city and your city's growth. And I think we're starting to find some of the fruits of that labor.
Yeah, there's always something to do. If you can't find something to do in Rainbow City, you're not looking very hard.
Looking very hard, that's for sure. So,
missing the parks.
That's right. And, and we're just the type of city that we believe, our police chief understands that there are kids that are going to get out on Friday and Saturday night, and they like to sit in the parking lot, and it's just what we've done since we were kids. I guess when I was a kid, we'd ride our horse there. And
there you go.
I'm not that old, but we understand that kids want to get out, and they just want to be together, and especially after what happened with COVID, we find out that
we want them to get together.
We need them to get together and become more. That's right. Become more social and understanding of each other and their feelings, and so we tend to monitor and we engage with our students, our student-aged citizens, and we just want them to know that we love them and care for them, and that there's a big life and a big world out there for them, and we encourage them to see each other, and most of that's done in our recreational areas, and we're happy that they show up.
Yeah, because that's what it is. That's our future.
It's
our youth, and we want to help promote them to be healthy in their socialization and also have lots of things to do. Get out and play pickleball or go basketball or now with this rec center. I mean, that's just going to be incredible.
It is. We'll have the only other aquatic center in Etowah County. Hoax Bluff, they fought through and held on. Scott Reeves is their mayor, just an incredible man that loves his community. He just bleeds green in Hoax Bluff, and Scott held on to their city pool, and it's a gathering place for them. We want the same thing with ours. We're really kind of stretching ourselves here in doing this for a city our size, but we know that the support is already there. We know our numbers are there. We know that we can bring in the community from not only inside our city. We're not the city that wants to hold people out of us. We want them to come and enjoy our city and the amenities that we have, and we have a lot of them.
Yes. Yeah, just be respectful and kind,
That's right.
and come in and enjoy Rainbow City.
That's
and
right.
all of the cool
Just
things.
come in
that
and
it's
act
offering.
right.
Yes, come in and act right.
That's right.
Gosh, and there's so many, just even like at your city meeting center, there's so many events that are constantly, you can find those on Facebook. Library, I'm a huge reader. I love to read. Your library's great. I know you have lots of fun events that happen there. Miss Molly's Story Hour.
Yes.
I've got to give a shout out to Molly Page, a friend of mine, and
That's right.
she's great with kids, and it's just,
And we have
so
the
many
summer
fun.
science series, where they bring kids. There'll be 400, 500 kids show up to our community center. I think it's on Thursdays, and they show up it's their field trip day. They get to come to Rainbow City, and we have the reptile guy, which I do not go to the community center on that day, and I always give them a couple of days after that just in case something got loose, just to make sure that
Not
I
a
don't walk
reptile
up.
kind of
Don't
fan
like
there?
that. Yeah, I don't like anything that can't wear a necktie.
No.
So. Yeah, but we have a great librarian. I mean, our library staff is just they're just super.
Yeah.
I get. It's funny, because I've always heard that when I became the mayor that I was going to hear all the complaints of the city. I'm so thrilled to know that I get probably 100 to 1 compliments on our associates than I do complaints on them. And and I know there are days when we have a bad day or you have a bad day, and we're just not going to we're going to rub each other the wrong way. There's no doubt about that. And and having a police department, you can't help but sometimes somebody's not going to be happy. But in most cases, and especially with our other departments, I mean, I hear so much good about our library. I hear so much good about our street department. And the street department guys are keeping the roadsides clear, keeping our city clean, making sure that our infrastructure is the way it needs to be. We do a paving project annual. Right now, our roads, when we came into office, myself and the council, our roads were graded in the B, C, D category, and that's just using the school scale. Now we're A, B, C. We know that after this year, we don't have plans of paving during election year. I think it's not fair. I think it's disingenuous to anybody else that might decide to run that we go out and begin to pave streets. It almost looks like you're purchasing your position, and I just don't like that at all. So we up front and loaded the first 4 years of our term will be paving streets, and we've got we've got good streets, good infrastructure. Our water and sewer does an incredible job to make sure that we're served. And right now we're in that upgrade time where we've got to do water and sewer extension. We know that our Cablevision companies are coming in and they're upgrading and going to fiber. We soon will have, our city hall will be a gig city hall, so we know that we'll when you come there and you get on our Wi-Fi, you're going to be well served.
Well, and that's what it is in Rainbow City, well served. We're going to leave it at that because we're out of time.
Oh, that's
Promise
fast.
me you're going to come back and visit, and you too, make sure you tune in every weekday morning right here, 7:30 a.m. on Rise and Shine TV 24. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day, and thank you to Mayor Joe Taylor in the city of Rainbow City.
Thank you.
Thank you.